Hello and welcome. This is a short recording by myself, Mr. Harris and Ms. Brooks for Year 11 parents, in allowing them to have some insight in how we prepare the GCSE students for their exams and what you can do as well to support them at home. I'm going to hand over to Ms. Brooks straight away so she can take you through the curriculum side.
Hi, I'd first like to speak to you about the Year 11 reporting system and just clarify around current and projected grade. So current grades on Progress 1, which will be uploaded onto Insight after mock results day on Thursday, are the actual grades achieved by pupils in their mock 2 series. Projections are made using a range of data from throughout a GCSE course, the mock exams themselves, and how students apply themselves to independent engagement in terms of revision. It's of course possible for pupils to exceed their projections. It's just a case that we don't have the evidence right now to be able to put that into report form. We err on the side of caution. Mock 3 series begins on the 6th of March, which is in 8 school weeks' time, and it's really really essential that pupils start to prepare now and treat the mocks exactly as they would the real GCSE. Minimum expected grades, I just wanted to clarify that it's a minimum expected grade as opposed to a target. Many students who engage fully with the learning process, they work independently and they engage with the opportunities in school, exceed their MEG each and every year. And this is what we want for all pupils. And then just a note really on a slight change to the MEGs. We've moved to a Fisher Family Trust 20 system to allow us to have consistency across all year groups in school. And this basically means that it's a high estimate. It's based on results that you'd expect from a top 20% ranked school, which fits in with our Challenge for All agenda. There'll be more information coming out with reports regarding to those changes. The key thing to remember is that it has no impact on pupils. It doesn't change what their projected grade is, so they don't need to worry about it. It's just something more for internal monitoring purposes. Quality first teaching is absolutely key in terms of getting pupils to where they need to be. Here at Weaverham, we base it on an ethic of excellence. And to break that down for you, it's assigning work that matters. So all of our lessons follow the 4 C's to optimise learning, and lessons are designed to maximise progress. We study examples of excellence in the Connect phase, for example. Pupils explore multiple models of high quality work, and obviously the lesson is delivered by subject experts. We create a culture of critique. Feedback that we give pupils and that we get from pupils is crucial. We adopt a no opt-out culture so learning is effectively assessed and teachers adapt the learning in the lesson and the teaching to the need of the pupil. We require multiple revisions, so something we call craft now, so correction, reflection and acting on feedback time. And again, this requires pupils to react to the feedback given to improve the work and to make the progress needed. And then the final element of our ethic of excellence is that we study examples of excellence. Examples of excellence from pupils is placed on the walls each and every half term, so we can really celebrate the magnificent work being done by all. The next thing I'd just like to touch on is home learning and knowledge organisers. Here at Weaverham, each department follows their own disciplinary policies, which sit within the following structures. Pupils will recognise that retrieval and application is a consistent process, and that's what our home learning policy aims to achieve. And it's monitored throughout common knowledge tests, key mark pieces, and endotopic assessments. Each subject will set home learning that includes feedback at least twice per half term. Home learning will reflect the curriculum time given to each subject, and all home learning will be set on Google Classroom. Knowledge organisers are still a fundamental part of learning here at Weaverham. A learning tool, they are a learning tool in each department covering the key contents of the curriculum, a tool that aids pupils with home learning, and also a method to allow pupils to develop an essential retrieval techniques, which is something we've worked on over the last couple of years. I'd like to speak to you a little bit about intervention. There's lots going on in the building, lots. We've got the quality first teaching and intervening within the classroom, which is essential. So when we see a pupil isn't quite on track, we use our repertoire to intervene there and then to set them on the right course. We've got My Tutor for Maths and English after school on a Tuesday and Wednesday. We've got core school-led intervention sessions that take place after school. We've got form time tutorials that will start after Christmas, where on Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, pupils that need that maths and English intervention are placed into form groups to allow them to access further tuition in those areas. That will then go to Thursday assembly and then Friday back with their form tutor for that key pastoral time. We've got non-core subject intervention sessions that are happening after school and at lunchtime. And then we've got a masterclass timetable via the Challenge Programme Endeavour to make sure our able pupils are really being stretched and challenged and pushed to get the very best grades they can. From January 2023, it'll become an expectation in school that all Year 11 students remain for the core subject intervention on Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. And as you can see from the PowerPoint, Tuesdays is English, Wednesdays is maths and Thursdays is science. And this is to really ensure that pupils get the outcomes they deserve in terms of those core areas. The last element from me is just a note about revision. We know, and this won't surprise anybody, but we know that pupils exceed their minimum expected grade and really do achieve their best when they can independently revise at home. And so we've got a revision curriculum to try to develop these skills and to ensure that all of our pupils here at Weaveham know how to get the very best from revision. On an ongoing basis, we have the Retrieve curriculum with Inform Time. That's every Friday across all year groups. We have retrieval in terms of home learning, as we've already discussed. We've got the Revision and Retrieval websites, and more information will come out about that in the coming months. We've got the Revision and Retrieval Guide for Parents and Carers and Students that's already come out via email. And then coming up in the spring term, we've got a schedule of revision masterclasses, walking, talking mocks for English, maths and science, and then just trying to make sure that everybody knows exactly why it's important to revise. We've already been and spoken to Year 11 during assembly about the importance of the forgetting curve and the fact that we need to keep revisiting what we've learned in order to retain the information. And we're hoping with this very bespoke programme, all pupils, like I say, here at Weaveham will know exactly how to revise and the importance of it, and this will maximise their success. I'll hand over to Mr. Harris, who's going to talk you through how pupils can thrive.
Thank you very much. As Ms. Brooks has been saying, we've got loads of interventions and plans in place to help the young people really do as best they can in their end of year exams in their GCSEs. We do recognise that with that comes a certain amount of pressure. The young people will be considering how well they remember, how well they can learn. And we understand that the challenge that there is to them is a real one, because it actually does matter how well they're doing. We are quite conscious to work with them and make sure they understand it's okay to feel nervous. It's perfectly normal, and it shows that they really care about what they're doing. So what can we look out for just to make sure that they're okay? Move on to the next slide, please. So occasionally young people become more stressed than you would hope about schoolwork, about exams, etc. And this is where we need to sort of just look out for these signs of stress. So at home, if they're worrying a lot, they're feeling really tense, headaches and stomach pains, that sort of thing, or anything that is really a change of mood, we need to just look out for. And most of the time, all we need to do is make sure we reassure the young people that they are doing their very best. They're engaging with the revision plans we've got in place. They're engaging with the intervention evenings and sessions we've got in place. And they're really working with us to make sure that they can be successful. And that's all we can ask. So if your young person is feeling worried or really concerned, please do encourage them to talk to you, to a friend, to someone they choose, but also to let us know in school as well. At home, as we move into the sort of exam season, we've got the mock exams coming up in March, and then after that, we're looking into the real things. It's really key that the young people stay organised at home, but also maintain a balance between work and between relaxation. Sleep and eating healthily is of course really important, and I understand that it's difficult to manage a teenager's sleep and eating habits, but that really does help young people stay positive and also stay calm under pressure. And that leads me to the importance of well-being and just being mindful of the young people's well-being itself. We need to recognise the importance of recreational activities on top of, or as well as, their academic learning and success, because it provides that balance between studying and revision, and means they stay physically and also psychologically strong. Mental health and wellbeing focus will be within the life curriculum next term. That's when we'll signpost our young people to strategies which are positive in helping them cope with stresses, including exercise, diet, good sleeping, socialising, etc. And we really highlight the importance of getting out and about and becoming quite active whilst you're studying for your exams as well, because it actually does help you increase your focus and concentration, and also your ability to remember things. And then finally, accept that the young people, their daily routine will change during exam sessions, during exam periods, but that's okay, as long as the fundamental routines remain more or less the same. So they're still getting enough sleep, they're still getting enough to eat and at the right time, the right stuff, they're still having time where they can wind down so they don't get that overload, and they're still exercising and socialising with friends and family as well. So really the message is we're putting all we can in place to make the young people as successful as they can be for their GCSE. We recognise it's difficult, we recognise it's a challenge, but we completely believe that they can do it. And as a partnership between home and school, we can make the young people be the best version of themselves. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.